Pretty sure you can hear me now. I'm not going to be able to check your questions out too much here because I am in Tasmania on Bruny Island. I'm doing my FTX scan from here, and then I'm going to go and try and, well, not try, I'm going to go and catch some more lobsters for dinner tonight. It's been a fantastic trip, and I'm currently bringing this to you from the living room or the kitchen. This place. All right, so as always, guys, this is brought to you by FTX. The guys that allow me to do this for free. So make sure if you haven't got your FTX account, you can get 10% off your trading fees in the description. So, yes, there is a link there, and you will get 10% off your trading fees ongoing. You can also have a look at how to go long, how to go short, raise your orders, and manage your risk in that same description. So please get stuck in there, fill your boots, open your account, and start using the platform that I use if you haven't already, and I know most of you are. Anyway, there you go. Bingo bongo. I hope you had a fantastic Easter and took advantage of the Easter special that we had in place. I know a lot of you did, which means you got 2 free months in live trading floor, which is with the community, you know, all the people that trade the strategies that I teach, those that are committed and have the desire to be involved, they're in there. You also get scans from me 5 days a week and videos from me 6 days a week also. So well done for getting involved there. Now, if you can hear children screaming and shouting and carrying on, that's because I am in a house with a family, and I can't do much about that, so that's fine. It is part of and parcel of traveling around, trading, and seeing your mates. Anyway, so like I said, you can't see me because the light behind me, I've got a window behind me, and it is extraordinarily bright coming through there. And I'm literally just a weird looking Homer Simpson type silhouette, so I will skip that. And I can't see your messages there because I'm only on a laptop. So what that means is I can just get stuck straight into the charts and we can go from there. So across the top 10 here, of course, Bitcoin, what I'm seeing here is needing to see a push up through 61.84. Call it 6,200. We push through there. We'll have then a higher low and a higher high. Now, if we get a push up through there, I really can see us going on a bit of a tear and setting all-time highs, but very, very quickly seeing some very, very good gains from the market. Now, of course, as it stands right now, we are crab walking as we build into that level, but it won't take too much to pop us through there. Yawn like Donkey Kong. So I'm going to jump the FTX margin list, and we're going to create throughout, from here we've got the 4 hour on top, the daily below, as always. Now, Ethereum did pop above 2,000, cleared it properly now. You know, we've been a bit of time above 2,000 for the last week or so. We're sitting around 2131, obviously, and only just recently pushed to new all-time highs, being 2160.7 on the Big Mac Doc Ethereum. The problem that I've got right now is it's a bit sticky in here. It's a little bit caught up, a little bit congested, a little bit consolidation-ish. And I'm going to leave it for that reason. AVE. Well, what have we here? Not a great deal. Very slow, very sideways, very uninspired. And that's the same with Cardano, which has been very for, geez, pretty much all through of Feb and March, and now the start of April. Still, we're above $1 or $1.20, but not much really going on there. So I'm just going to go straight past that because it's a rubbish-looking chart. Algorand as well. Look, it needs to pop above here. Got to set in some new highs in that trend before this man's interested in it. The cyclicity is starting there, but it's got more to do. It's not on the list, nor is Alpha, as it's very, very sideways. Altperp, this has been a nice trend. It's trading very well. Look, I'm just waiting for a pullback, really. Pretty simple stuff, guys. Just waiting for that cradle back into this region. That's the first that's going to go into our list, and we're going to go blue on this pub. Going to roll out with the blue. Amplify. Too funny looking. No interest there at all. Atom getting some momentum, but once again, like so many at the moment, check it out. So high alerts, got to push onto that higher high to see that momentum carry it through, and then I would be very much interested. Same here with Avalanche, not quite extending itself to the places that I want it to do and for it to be. Balancer high, low here, high. It's got to kick on, nothing there of interest. BAT, it's been moving quite nicely since Sammy, one of my mentors, put the video out last week or the week before? Last week, all the way before, I can't remember, but many punters there, many of them doing very well on that trade. It's grinding away, but you know, offered, so Happy days. Bat 2 hour. Oh, you know, it is there. Enough for me. I'm going to skip it. Erratic for this fellow. Gosh, had a real ripper of a day yesterday. Yeah, big dog with the big move. At the moment, it's just sort of hanging out in the upper end of that chart, and it's not one that I'm in. Now on to BNB. This is one that I was interested in as it breaks the new highs, higher low, higher high, pulling back. Look at the cyclicity that we've had through here. You know, it's been really nice. But the chart that I didn't get, or the trade that I didn't get to take, was this one on the 2 hour. Unfortunately, I was coming back from a cheese place where you buy cheese and wines and all those sorts of things. And yeah, at 2 o'clock I wasn't able to get that on, unfortunately. Hopefully you did, but it did not. I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer. A little bit of a mess as well. Bitmax, I think there's on the 2-day, right? Yeah, look, there's a bullish candle. I've decided, for me personally, to leave that 2-day because the 2-day candle is actually 22%. Now, of course, the move it's been on has been astonishing. That I'm really looking to chase after. Chile's nothing there either. Very sideways, a very messy looking chart. Comp get to take yesterday either. I really like this position. I had it in the watch list. It pulled back in beautifully. Stop would have been a tick below there, so 502.50, let's say, on a 25-cent multiple. 502.50 to get stopped. 502.97. So you'd still be in. Really, really nice looking chart. That a fantastic trade. You might be looking at that going, well, it's not really in profit right now. Don't care. Your job as a trader is to take good trades. It's to find really good opportunities and strike. And you know, that's a good one. Oh, excuse me, a little bit tired. Cream. Up through here, we've just got to get that carry through, you know. It's got to carry further, and this is what I'm seeing across much of it. We are seeing some alts that are moving very, very well, but I've got to see that follow through. You know, it's banging around, but it's just got to release itself, you know. It's got to release itself from whatever it's holding. Nah, it's not really a level. I'll leave that. And again, for cream, it's got to push above this level. Pull back 1, higher high. Pull back 2, need new higher high. Need that cyclicity to become somewhat obvious. When it's not obvious, it's a good time to sort of just sit back a bit more, you know. All the time, or always have a trade. Nothing on Crave, or sorry, Curve. Now here's another little puppy dog that needs to break free. It's been stuck in this sort of rangy bit, although yeah, it's been a pretty wide range. It's been there. Now look at us. We're hanging in up the top. Unfortunately, there really isn't any level that is properly perfect for trading a breakout. I'm just going to reference point that. Scooby up. You know what? That's the bee's dick there. I'm actually going to pop that in the list. Again, it does have quite some time to think it through and to set itself up, but it isn't bad. And I would be kind of keen to come back to that later after my dive. Doge is rubbish. Done quite nicely here. Unfortunately, it didn't give a flat level for a breakout trade, but a higher low and a higher low. Sorry, high. This is looking higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, pulling back into that old resistance. Oh, excuse me. Into $45. A number. Really nice. Had a good drink. Yeah, that's great. That looks really good. It's a small bullish candle in there. Entry above the high of this level, then you can Charlie Brown, you can count me in. I'll just check that 2 hour. Yeah, 2 hours got convergence. The 4 hour, not so much of an issue. As we go higher, no problem. Yep, that is fine for me on the one. Cyclicity on the daily just needs to give me a little bit more to work with. Elron's here. For those that know what the Bitcoin breakout trade is, you have the checklist to go through. Well, then you put that in. It's not going to go into my list for the FTX list because that is what I've shown. Sorry, what I have shown for the FTX list is not the booster, not the breakout, but the cradle. So I'm keeping it to that one singular strategy. Now, if you're messaging away in the comments right now and going, why isn't he replying? It's because I've only got one screen here. I am still traveling around Tasmania, and I haven't got the luxury of two screens. EOS. I've left it once, I'll leave it again. Then yes, great. Let's have a look here in Ethereum Classic. Time frames hit the 30 and 15. We might see some cyclicity. It's just gone sort of straight up like a bat out of to give me some entry points, but it's not doing it. So what's a man to do? What is a man to do when it doesn't pull back? I'm not going to put it in. It's got so much work to do to get. I'll have a look at the Sicky Beak a little later in the evening. Exchange perp starting to stick its head through a little bit further, which means we're probably going to see Binance having a bit more of a move as well. Nothing there at the moment, leaving it for now. Excuse me. File, no, too messy, too sideways. The pink bird. When I refer to the pink bird, of course, I talk of flamingo. Yeah, that was a bit divergent, not so keen. I'm leaving the pink bird. FTT starting to move, needs better cyclicity. Not for me right now. Holy mackerel is a no. Horby mackerel. I'll tell you what I do love. I do love the fact it's pulled back. It's pushed to a new high. It's cleared some resistance. I think that looks really quite good. As for time frames to trade from, well, I don't know. Nothing there just yet. Doesn't really tick the boxes. Want more cyclicity. Didn't go 20. Nope. Nope. No. Nothing on the whatever it was called. Now this was one yesterday, right? Now, I didn't end up getting to take that because at the time of the day yesterday when that candle closed, which yesterday was 10 a.m., I was obviously busying myself doing other things and was not able to get the order on, which is a bit of a shame because I quite like that daily chart. But for now, there's nothing there for me to work on. Link. I want to see the cyclicity kick on a bit better. I will check the two. No, I don't like that enough. Dot has my attention. Link does not. You're going to have to just bear with me 1 second. I just need to get some water. I've got a little tickle in my throat. Hang on. All right. That's better. Yeah, Link's got a no fly zone for me. The market feels like it's winding up quite nicely. Litecoin I'm leaving as well. So be prepared, got to be the people that know what they're doing. So, your investment's doing well. Hey, I hope they do. I really do. But I tell you what, I hope you're ready for the market as a trader because it's been a good run of late. I've sort of backed off on my trading for two reasons. I've been away, and two, I haven't really seen as much in the way of great opportunities. There have been a few, but they've been a bit few and far between. The market's starting to look like it's starting to come back to life once more. The catalyst for that, of course, being Bitcoin breaking 60 and having a good run, going to all-time highs. Mid-perp, if it pulls in. So I'll put that in the list. So yeah, the alts have been sort of draining quite a bit of Bitcoin's dominance. We're down to about, I think it's 54% or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But it broke that support that it had been sitting on for quite a long time. And due to that, yeah, it's fallen quite a bit. So we've seen the alts sort of start the party. The alts have definitely kicked on and really put themselves into a position where they've they've just done really bloody well, and that's a good thing for the market as a whole. When will Bitcoin come in and essentially be the flame in a room full of oxygen? Or when will, oh, did that work? A flame. The flame will take the oxygen out of the room. Yes, there you go. Something like that. You can work out all the in-betweens, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Gold, I'll leave. Yeah, so when will Bitcoin come back and just go, you've had your fun, little darlings. It's my turn now. Squat. Knock it out and just go bananas. I don't know. Priv Perp looking pretty good there too on a 2-hour trend, pulling back into that cradle zone later on this evening, looking mighty fine indeed. Reserve rights, perpetual futures is not much interest to me when I come across now and look at Thorchain. It's the higher time frames for me, all right? Let's just have a sticky beak in here. I'm not going to put that in the list because I'm not going to be here realistic. Morning shit purpose, exactly as the name suggests. Synthetic starting to a little sticky beak down into these lower times. That 1 hour pullback in could be quite good. On my little front facing piece that going into the Sieve Han Hing. Solana. Mate. Jeez Louise, that's looking pretty good. 2 hours 40 to go. That's going in the list. That's going straight in the breadbasket. You beauty. Sushi's been sideways for quite some time. Nothing's changed here. Swipe. Have a crack, son. Bit deep on the pullback there. Going to leave that one alone. Theta in the house going sideways. Tomo still painting. Nothing there in the way of cyclicity and trends. Don't forget Tomo is our mate who is the painter. I don't know why, but it just is. Thor had an absolutely cracking week. I mean, 100% in a week. Well done, Thor, you big wild Thor thing. It's done, what, a 4 or 5x over the space of the year, something like that. Very happy for those that are involved in the Tron. Did I say Thor? Tron's what I meant. Nothing really in the realms of tradability right now for me. Uniswap is very tired. Yawn. Uniperp tired. Uniswap grinding. Not much cyclicity. And you know that I want cyclicities. V-chain, I could look at the 2, but there'll be a lower high. Yep. Bum. Moving right along. Waves. No, sideways. Bit messy. Stellar on the perpage. We're going low to high there on that 4, so it doesn't really match that trend. The 2 hours not going to cut the mustard either, so we move to Monero, which is very sideways, sticky, stuck, and grinding. Need to see it do a little bit more than that. Of course, yesterday's big dog was XRP. A truly super duper move there by XRP. Something about 40%, was it, on the close? 44%. What a whopper. What a bloody ripper, eh? Nothing really to work with today, though, unfortunately for me. Now, Tezos. There's a pullback into the cradle. Didn't take it because the candle was rather large. But, geez, it really moved, didn't it? I mean, that day, 20%. Yes, definitely a very strong move. You would have had your 1-to-1 very quickly there. So, coming back out now, 4 hour to 2 hour. Oh, look, I'd be happy with that if it did give me something on that 2 hour, but it needs to pull back, it needs to slow down, and it's got a lot of work to do, so it's not going to make my list. Ooh. DeFi money. What do we got here? Dang, look at that for a beauty. I mean, that was at 6 o'clock last night. What the... See what I mean? Like, I'm on holiday, right? Today's not Easter, so I'm back doing what I got to do, and I'm cool with that. I like it. But that was a profit. Beautiful pullback. Whooshka, off it goes. I believe they would have backed up with the 16.2 on the trend. Yeah, it was an absolute doozy. I'm sure many of you guys got that. Well done. But, breaks are good. You need breaks. You need time away. Kind of like this in the 30. Let's check that one. Yeah, look, I'm going to keep my face on this. The 2 holes at the front of my face are going to remain focused on DeFi money because it doesn't look too bad at all. On to Yearn Finance, a little pullback there, maybe on the 2 could be good. Look, it's got a lot of work to do. You know, it's not going to be anything anytime soon, so I'm going to move on to Zcash, trending away. I'm going to leave that for now. Not quite the cyclicity I'm after. 1 inch starting to move, nothing there just yet. Graph token, nothing really there right there either. Now we've got to switch back, ladies and gentlemen, and have a sticky peek at what we've got on our lists and revise what it is that we're going to be keeping an eye on through the afternoon into the evening. For me personally, it will be in the evening because I'm going for a dive. I'm going to get some more lobsters. Okay, altcoin index back into 4100 would be beautiful. Small bullish candle in the cradle. You know the rules. You've got the checklist. You know what to do. Excuse me. Sorry, Bitcoin's there because, well, Bitcoin's always there. Just as my, keep an eye on everything sort of thing. Keeping an eye on this DeFi index through here. You know what? That could build up into a breakout level. If you know, you've got the rules. And if not, then wait for it to break above. Pullbacks into that region for little cradles would probably be the one I'm after. Oh, geez. It's not out of the question yet, but that candle's not looking so shit hot anymore, is it? I want to see a bullish candle. I want to be entering above the high of that blue line. It's going to remain in the checklist, no problem at all. That's fine. Going to remain in the watch list, sorry, and I'll keep an eye on how that goes for DOT. Mid-perp, the same. We're going to go out to the 2 hour, I think it was. Yeah. We get back into that 3,300 range, something in around those old highs, little bullish candle, cradle rules, all that sort of kit and caboodle. You know the rules, you know what to do. Keep an eye on that. Pre-perp, much the same sort of setup here. Higher low, higher high, get me back in to 4,500, thereabouts in that cradle zone, and then, we're good as gold. Synthetics. Popped off very nicely, keeping an eye on these lower time frames, seeing if there's anything there that can jump in as far as cradles go, as that cyclicity continues to set itself up. I kind of like the 1 hour, but again, it needs to settle down a little bit there for me. Solana. Oh, we had to 8 here, weren't we? Yeah, that was the 8. Look at that little beauty right there. Still 2 hours 34 to wait. Going to be a bit of time. 10 p.m. this evening for those on... Well, in Australia, really. I think we're all on the same time, more or less, apart from Perth and maybe the weirdos in Adelaide with your 15 minutes here or there or whatever it is. Either way, a couple of hours, keep an eye on that. And finally, on to DeFi money, sorry. These lower time frames really looking nice. Look at the cyclicity. Something back into there could give us an opportunity in the not too distant future. So guys, just a quick reminder, this is brought to you by FTX. Make sure that you click on the description. Please do that. You'll get 10% off your trading fees if you use the affiliate link there. 10% off your trading fees ongoing. You also can use the description below to get access to learn how to manage your risk, how to raise long orders, how to raise short orders, what sort of orders to raise for what sort of trading styles. And of course, if you haven't already, go to tradercobb.com. Take advantage of everything that is there. Oh, tickly throat, giving me a very annoying cough. I'm going to go and catch some more lobsters. You have a bloody good day. Oh, gee whiz. And I'll be back Sydney tomorrow afternoon. Love you to